He's a man of strong Christian faith, and he is appalled by the allegations. I suspect now that he's, as it were, banished to the sort of open prison somewhere on the Sandringham estate.
Prince Andrew, Duke of York, once a prominent member of the British royal family, has experienced a profound fall from grace over the past decade. Former household insiders describe decades of entitled and often abrasive behavior that created a tense and difficult environment for those around him. Andrew's conduct, reported to be rude, demanding, and sometimes obscene, was not occasional but routine. Staff recount a household where his moods could shift without warning, where minor mistakes could trigger hours-long lectures.
He will be sensing the need to give duty of care. This man is a broken, finished man at best. I would strongly believe that he would very much like him to testify, but knows that to stand up and say that is a hiding to nothing.
And where everyone lived under a constant cloud of tension and uncertainty. Even the late Queen Elizabeth II reportedly intervened when Andrew and his then-wife, Sarah Ferguson, created situations that disrupted the palace household. Dinner parties that ran late into the night, refusal to allow maids into their rooms, and an insistence on having everything exactly to his specifications strained the patience of palace staff. These patterns of behavior, former aides say, were reinforced by his mother's indulgence. Protected by the Queen's favoritism, Andrew reportedly developed a sense of invulnerability that shaped both his personal life and his approach to authority.
Great to have you. There are, of course, reports today accusing Andrew Mountbatten-Windsor of sharing another official document with one of his business contacts, but we've seen a week of negative headlines and revelations. How concerned will the King be about this and all the allegations?
It would be astonishing if he wasn't concerned.
Sarah Ferguson, described as initially less constrained by royal protocol, reportedly grew accustomed to similar privileges and expectations. Over time, the two became aligned in their sense of entitlement, cultivating a household where staff often felt powerless, overworked, and unappreciated. Even after their divorce, Andrew and Sarah continued living together at Royal Lodge for nearly 2 decades, maintaining an arrangement that blended companionship with convenience, but also perpetuated tension, strict routines, and a complex dynamic of control and dependency.
By the allegations, and of course affected in his role as monarch as well, because the headlines are all about this, which, no institution wants that, and he is trying to do and is doing an extraordinary job in his role as head of state.
Andrew's legal and public controversies only heightened this internal strain. Following his 2019 step back from royal duties after the highly criticized BBC interview concerning his ties to Jeffrey Epstein, Andrew faced growing public scrutiny. Subsequent legal cases, including a 2022 out-of-court settlement with Virginia Giuffre, along with renewed attention from released Epstein-related documents in 2026, compounded his fall from favor. These events led King Charles III to formally remove Andrew's military affiliations, royal patronages, and the use of his royal titles by late 2025, marking a decisive break from the formal protections and privileges he had previously enjoyed. The Royal Lodge arrangement itself, once a symbol of wealth and status, also became a point of criticism.
People have to remember when they just think of him or Andrew, what is in his mind. Look at he and the Queen. Their constant concern about those women who've been sexually violated, those who've been ill-treated. The Queen was, I think, just yesterday doing that.
The 30-room estate, set on nearly 100 acres, was held under a long-term lease secured at nominal rent, effectively allowing Andrew to reside in a property worth tens of millions for minimal cost. Combined with his reputation for controlling and unpredictable behavior, this arrangement contributed to a growing perception of entitlement and disconnect from reality. Following these developments, Andrew relocated from Royal Lodge to Wood Farm on the Sandringham estate, with plans to eventually move to the smaller Marsh Farm property. Reports indicate that staff at his new residence are choosing not to work for him if they feel uncomfortable, a striking reversal of the loyalty and discretion that has traditionally defined royal household service. Once protected by his titles, his mother's favoritism, and the royal institution itself, Andrew now faces a reality in which many of those who previously served him are walking away entirely. The trajectory of Andrew's life illustrates the cost of entitlement, protection, and unchecked privilege. Royal Lodge, once a symbol of opulence and stability, became a microcosm of tension, control, and unfulfilled expectations. Andrew's personal decline, combined with public scandal and institutional distancing, underscores how quickly privilege can erode when authority is exercised without accountability. Meanwhile, Sarah Ferguson's future remains uncertain, tied to a household and identity she can no longer rely on. Together, their story at Royal Lodge is not merely one of scandal or eccentricity, but a cautionary example of how the trappings of royalty can become traps when accompanied by entitlement and resistance to change.